All right, morning, guys. It is Friday. It's like my official weigh-in day. I weigh myself every day, but I like to do an official weigh-in on Fridays. It's just a good day for me, and that's something I really want to track to see if I'm on track to lose those 2 pounds every week. I weigh myself every day. For me, it's kind of motivating, but I also just kind of want to keep track of how my body responds to the day. So if I have a lot of salt on some meals, I can kind of look back and see if that affected my weight, my sleep, all those types of things. And then, but Friday is usually my official weigh-in day. So it was a little bit disappointing this morning. So I weighed in at 207. That's what I weighed in last week. But as I look back, I'm trying to think about it. Last weekend, I think I probably went over calories a little bit, not much, but probably a little bit. So I kind of stayed the same weight since last Friday. But that kind of made me think about some people I talk to. They'll think they'll diet like throughout the week and expect to lose a lot of weight by like that Friday. But for me, at least my body, the way it is I know everything I've done this week isn't really going to impact my body until next week. I've heard different fitness guys and bodybuilders, they'll think like, when they're working out, I'm not working out to get my chest big for tomorrow. I know it's going to take time. And so this workout today is for next week, for next week's growth or something like that. So it just kind of it reminded me of like, hey, this takes time. Your body changes. Those things take time. When you first start trying to get into deficit or clean up your eating to start losing weight, a lot of that initial weight is probably inflammation and water, which I still think counts as weight. I mean, weight is weight. So is it necessarily body fat in the first few days of a brand new diet? Probably not. But you do know that a little bit later. So I'll know if I'll start a diet. Some of the initial weight will come off is going to be water, some inflammation, and then after about 2 weeks, this is for my body. Your body might be a little bit different. Then after about 2 weeks, then I start seeing like a kind of like a plateau level ish of weight. It's not fluctuating so much, and then it starts kind of like start decreasing slowly. So I think I'm at that point right now. So this week is probably a good week of staying in deficit. I know I was in deficit all week, so that was good. I tracked my cows better than I did the prior weeks. And also I got my workouts in. This is workout number 5 today, and I haven't worked. I worked out 3 to 4 times in the last few weeks. So I got a little bit more calorie burn, I guess you could say. My walks were a lot better. My ankle's a little bit messed up, so it's starting to heal a little bit, and my walks are a little bit better. So I know physically I did way better than I've done in the last few weeks. And this week, my calorie tracking has been way better than the last 2, 3 weeks, probably the last 2 weeks. So I anticipate there being some weight loss next week. Now, if there isn't, then I really got to look and see like, okay, are the calories, is this too much? It may be too much. Maybe I should be under 2,000, something like that. And that may be because, maybe metabolism, there's all sorts of different things that can impact that. But I'm going to look at that until next Friday. So I actually think I'm going to honestly be around 206 tomorrow. I just kind of feel that in my body. I've done this a number of times, and I'm going to feel pretty confident about being at least at 205 next Friday. And again, if I'm not, then I got to reevaluate my calories and maybe even put in some cardio, because I'm not doing any cardio. I'm just doing these workouts, and I'm doing 30-minute walk, and I'm trying to be a little bit brisk with that walk. So, and my heart rate's getting to the one teens on the walk. I'm tracking that as well. It's not in the zone you want to be in for like cardiovascular and those types of trainings and benefits. I have to be up a little bit higher, but that's where I'm at right now. So I'm feel okay. The big thing was that I was watching my stress, my balance, making sure happiness and all that, and those were in check this week, which they were completely, like, it's been incredible. And yeah, so I think that's probably about it. And we'll keep tracking the weight every day. So weight in 207. Sleep was good. Oh, that may have been another thing. My sleep was not very good the last couple days, right? So, but last night I got 6 hours, which is good for me. I'll try to sleep more tomorrow. It's a sleep-in day for Saturday. Energy wise, this week I've been super happy about that, and I anticipate my energy today being good as well. Just gonna keep those carbs out of my lunches unless it's like something that doesn't really spike my sugar. But probably keep the carbs out and save those for breakfast, and then I'll save those for probably for a dinner as well. All right, we got pull day today. So just a reminder, push, pull, leg split. So today I got my back and buys, and tomorrow we'll do legs for Saturday. And we got some deadlifts. I think I'll record the deadlifts. One arm rows. I haven't recorded those, so I'll do one arm rows. Dumbbell pullovers. Those are really cool. I remember. I think so. One of my favorite bodybuilders is Dorian Yates, and his back is incredible, and his wing spread's incredible too. In fact, I got a picture of him up on my wall that's very inspirational. But I think he really loved one arm dumbbell rows and then dumbbell pullovers, from what I remember. So hey, he loved them. They worked for him, and they can work for me too, right? Seated cable row, I've done that one before. Reverse pec deck. So I don't have a reverse pec deck. That's when it has the bar. It's a machine that you have the bars or your handles right here, and you pull it back. You can also adjust the handles to where the tension's going this way for like a dumbbell fly or like a fly. But again, you can adjust them for the reverse pec deck, which will be the posterior deltoid. And we kind of talked about that a little bit with the seated rows, where I can lift my elbows up and it'll be the back part of my shoulder, right? Posterior delt. But I don't have a pec deck to do that. So I got to think at a home gym, you know, what I got to do to get this movement? Well, bent over dumbbell reverse flies, I think that's what they're called. So I'll still get that motion to work out that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll maybe record that part as well. Then we just go into buys: barbell curl, dumbbell curl, hammer curl, and then some barbell shrugs. So I will do 3 sets of everything here. My timing to get to work, I'm just right on the cusp, so I need to kind of make sure I stay on track, and then we'll have a great day. So kids are off to school, lunch is made, good talks with them. Did my 30 minutes reflection, did some journal, actually did some more journal time and a little bit of spiritual reflection. So that was fantastic. So I feel good. It's a little bit disappointing I didn't hit at least a 206. I was hoping for at least that this morning, but shrug it off, man. Like just keep trusting the process, and I'll reevaluate next week if I need to. But let's just keep going for now. All right. See you in the gym. All right, guys, we got the deadlift. This is going to be a little bit different than the Romanian deadlifts. Whereas like the regular deadlift, I'm going to pretty much drop my hips a little bit lower. I'm going to bend my knees a little bit lower. If you remember the Romanian deadlift, it was a slight bend, and I was kind of coming up and a slight bend, and you were more so sticking your butt out. I mean, you're going to do that here as well, because again, the barbell is going to go up and down. You may pull it back a little bit because you're going to want to squeeze your back. But here, you're getting shoulder width apart, kind of get close to the barbell, maybe a little bit closer than the other deadlift, Romanian deadlift. And the big thing here is you'll notice that my knees, they'll kind of come over the actual barbell itself. So shoulder width apart, get it to where my knees are going to come over. They're almost touching my shins. And then from there, you got a little bit more bend at the knee here instead of up here, right? Instead of a total bend over. I'm still bending over, but I'm also dropping my hips. And that's what has my knees come over the barbell. So this takes practice. Go with light weight just to make sure you get the form down. Apologize, I'm out of breath. I've already done a couple sets of these. And then go from there. So you can kind of watch and see that I'm dropping my hips more to the ground, bending my knees more, and then still keeping like the flat back. Bring it over my hips, and then coming up and trying to pull back with the barbell here, right? And the barbell will go up and down except for a little bit back, and I pull my shoulders back. All right, let's do some of these. Man, talking and being out of breath is kind of hard. All right, let's go. Bend at the knees here more. Need to bring it up a little bit more. Forget to do that part. One more. That was kind of getting me going, man. Heart rate in the 140s. So yeah, that was getting my heart rate up, man. All right, let's do the next one. That was good. I think I was watching myself in the side mirror and it looked like the form was pretty good. Feel good. Remember, I worry about my lower back. Hurt that for a long time, but I didn't feel it here. You know, when you do it right, it shouldn't be an issue unless you got something going on. So, all right, next one. All right, guys, we got bent over one arm dumbbell rows. And so with any exercise, but thinking about it with back is really understanding your anatomy of your back. So just remember our lats, our latissimus dorsi, the origin is around our spine area, but it's in the back, right? The insertion is our humerus bone. So where my muscle starts and where it ends is in the bone. And see here, to do this motion here, it's pulling my elbow back to the more center of my body. So I could have it over here, it's pulling this down. This seated rows, pulling this back, right? That's your back. And so that's what we're working on. So seated dumbbell rows, I'm just bent over and doing the same motion, right? My elbow, look, it's coming back to my back, right? It's gonna extend out here and come here towards my body. That is working out my back, okay? So this can be a little tricky sometimes, so watch yourself in the mirror, because we often see people thinking I need to pull this weight up to my body, and that's not necessarily true. Oh, 1 second. And that's not true. So from here, pulling up to your body, you don't want to do that. Instead, I'm thinking about my elbow, pulling my elbow back. Oops, move your leg out of the way. Pull my elbow back, and look where my weight is. It's staying here. It's kind of doing this type of motion instead of this type of motion. So you'll see people doing this. Don't do that. If you want to optimize the workout, bring it back here. Because if I have the weight right here, the actually weight lightens on my elbow. It lightens up, and we don't want that to happen. So keeping it back here. So I got this lightweight just to show you. So not this. I mean, your elbow's still getting back there, but you're not going to optimize the workout. Pull your elbow back and the weight goes back and squeeze that lat. Cool? All right, move that out of the way. Let me do my last set here and then we'll move to the next exercise. Timing, I'm doing fantastic. All right, let's get this one going. Pulling the elbow back.
Oh, that's real good.
Okay, that's good. So the big squeeze, you can totally feel the difference when you're doing that squeeze on that back on the bent over row. So check that one out. Give it a shot. Again, go light. Make sure you got the form correct. And then watch yourself in the mirror, because you kind of don't even realize you're doing things unless you're seeing yourself in the mirror. All right, that was a good set. All right, guys, so we have, I'm gonna do bend over posterior delt rows because I'm supposed to be doing reverse pec deck flies. So if you don't know what a pec deck machine is at the gym, they're awesome. The gym never has enough pec decks. They're always taken up because someone's either doing flies for their chest, their pecs, right? Or they're adjusting it and then doing the backwards for their rear delts and a little bit of the back. So I don't have that here. So my thinking is like, how do I create that same tension like would be on like it would be on the machine, right? So the pec deck machine, I'm pulling this way, right? So I need a tension. So the only way to do that, I mean, I could use a cable, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to do bend over reverse pec decks in a sense and work the back of my shoulder. So that means I got to use gravity. That means I got to bend over here to create this gravity tension and put weights in my hands and do it this way. So look, tension on my posterior delts in this type of motion is the same as if I was pulling on a machine, right? Now it's a little bit different because I gotta watch my positioning bent over. I don't want to hurt my back and stuff like that. So that's one thing. So that's what I'm gonna do here. The other thing is these are like the flies. So my elbow position, my elbow angle is gonna be fixed at a slight bend. So very, very similar to how we did flies, right? Remember yesterday? We're not coming right here and doing like a press. We're keeping it the angle open on my elbows and pulling in and squeezing. So I'm gonna keep that same elbow angle, except I'm pulling this way to do my posterior delt, right? So kind of cool. So once you know your anatomy and you understand the physics and planes and angles of working out, I might do a video on that actually someday because there's so much to learn, especially if you're just beginning and don't know the anatomy very well. Yeah, that's what I think about. Like, okay, how can I do that at home? Well, I just got to adjust a few things, just like I'm doing here. I forget what these are called. I'm gonna look it up afterwards. So forgive me for that, but they are bent over reverse posterior delt flies, I guess, in a sense you could say. All right. The other thing is just remember that elbow. So you can cheat and bend your elbows to where it's a right angle, right? But we're not doing that. Or I'll do it this way. I'm doing this with the flies. Just imagine I'm bent all the way over. Instead of doing this, right? Where your elbows are bent, because the weight's going to be heavier out here. And it's harder. It's a lot harder. That's why my weight is light right now. All right, let me shut up and just do these things now, okay? Moving out of the way. Again, same thing. My dumbbells are just going straight down. I'm not moving forward. My weight, I'm going to be very centered on my weight. So I'm sticking my butt out. Got a good position. I'm kind of a little bit on my heel too. So here we go. All right. Keep your elbows up. Don't pull them back that way. That's a different position. We're doing the posterior delts. Okay, those are kind of weak, burning out there. All right, perfect. All right, done with back. Now we're gonna move on to curls and be done for the day. All right, hope you learned something on that one. That was kind of fun to teach. All right, last set here, and we'll pretty much be done. I'll have shrugs after this, but I'm not gonna record that. All right, so what I'm doing is supersetting dumbbell curls with dumbbell hammer curls. And the difference is the dumbbell curls, kind of like what we talked about before. I actually just did 3 sets of barbell curl. And, your palms are facing out, or supine, I guess is what it is. And I'm watching my elbows, bringing in the curl, trying to keep tension on it the whole time. Now, when I superset, that just means I'm going straight into another exercise when you say superset. All right, so this calls for that, and this is going to superset into hammer curls. And so the hammer is kind of, think about like you're holding the hammer and, hammering in a nail or whatever. So your palms are actually faced towards each other, and then you're bringing in the curl the same motion. Now, I need to double check, but I'm pretty sure that's kind of more of your outside head of your bicep. So your bicep means 2, so there's 2 little muscle heads in your bicep. In fact, you probably see some videos of some guys, man, they're like super ripped, and you can actually see the split between the 2 heads of the bicep. So that's kind of cool. I'm not anywhere near any of that stuff. But this will be a great curl. You're focusing, I do feel a lot more on the inside. And then the hammer curl will probably be a little bit more focused on the outside. Mine's really small right now, I can tell a difference. And the other thing is that you're using a little bit more forearm as well. So you get a little forearm because you're controlling it there and then the outside. So I've already done a couple sets of these. They're already burning by the time I got to number 8, which is what I like. And then I'll switch to hammer curl. I love this type of superset because I'm using the same weight. I'm just changing. Sometimes supersets you have to like move to a whole other machine. That drives me nuts, especially if you're in a gym. But you know, you got to do what you got to do, right? But all right, let's get this going. I'll be done for the day, and I'm gonna show you a little bit. Do a little bonus video here afterwards. So stick around for just another couple minutes afterwards. All right, let's go. All right, so just make sure you're always in a good balance, right? You're centered, your body feels centered, and your foundation feels strong. So that's where I'm at, my shoulder width apart. Slight bend in your knee is always nice for stability. And then let's go. All right, turning supine out. I'm watching my elbows in this side mirror. My weight's a little bit lighter just to get through the supersets. I don't know what that is, 7. Starting to burn. One more there. Okay, that is a burn. All right, just a quick breath and let's move into the hammer curls. Same thing, I'm watching my elbows, but I'm just turning my wrists or face towards each other, my palms. And this is burning from like the first one. I'm just gonna fight it there. Okay. All right, that was a burn. Just gonna get a stretch on the biceps. My biceps feel super pumped. My back isn't as pumped as earlier in the week, but I could definitely still feel it. And I think, man, starting off with those deadlifts kept my heart rate up this whole time. All right, so I'm about 50 minutes of the workout, just about done, almost a little bit under an hour. I'm gonna do some shrugs real quick, and then I'm gonna show you, here's my clicker, a little something on, here it is, a little something on one of my pictures here. All right, just finished up my barbell shrugs, so so I'm done for the day workout. But I wanted to show you this picture of Dorian Yates. Dorian Yates is probably my favorite bodybuilder. I mean, definitely top 2, 3 in bodybuilding. When I got started working out, Dorian was the Olympia. You know, he was Mr. Olympia back in the 90s, for most of the 90s. He's a 6-time Mr. O. But I wanted a picture of him on my wall, and I also wanted to make sure I got the pose that I wanted him in that showed his lats, because I remember seeing his lats for the first time and was like, holy crap. Okay. So, and Dorian's known for his back. If you ever look at videos and stuff, like, I mean, he's known for just overall greatness, but his back was incredible, right? And I love watching his videos when he's working out his back. That dude, man, worked out so hard. But this is why I wanted this pose, is look at these lats just sticking out, man. Now, I will never get like that. I don't plan on getting like that at all. I'd hope to just see maybe a little bit of some lats coming out. I think that'd be good because with these wide shoulders and the lats, it's going to really help out with the V taper on me, right? So, yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. And that's what I think about too when I'm working back. So I love having this picture up here. It's very inspiring because when I look at this, I don't just say, wow, that's an amazing bodybuilder, one of the best of all time. But what I see is like, man, this dude worked so hard. I remember his blood and guts videos. I can't remember. But just seeing so many different videos and reading about him in the magazines back in the day. And that's what I think about. I think about that when I train, when I look at this. Those are the things I think about. I don't necessarily think about, wow, this body's amazing. I think about the work and the dedication and all the stuff and the sacrifices that he did and all these bodybuilders do to get to peak performance. And that just helps drive me, man. Helps drive me in the gym. It makes me maybe do one more rep. It helps me maybe go a little bit up on weight. And we could all use that, you know? So I'm going to have another podcast, I think, on environment, setting the right environment around you to win. And this is part of my environment. This is part of having really cool people like that up on my walls to be inspired by for my workout. So, anyways, I wanted to show you that. So on back day, I always look at Dorian and think about all his back and how amazing those lats are. I just think those are so cool. I love that lat spread. It's really nice, the front lat spread there. So, anyways, all right, I'll see you guys later this evening.
Doing a hydro massage right now. Kind of cool. Going up my back. Alright, so here's the water's going up. Feel it. Alright, now I'm gonna do some red light therapy. I have not done this, but I hear it's good for you, so why not? Part of the gym membership too, so let's just do it. It's a good time to recover on a Friday evening.
All right, guys, it's the end of Friday. Fantastic day. I actually wrapped up the day after work. Went to the gym and I didn't do anything. I didn't work out anything. I really wanted to do like recovery since it's been had a lot of good work on the body, a lot of great work mentally, and so I just want to do a little bit of recovery. So they have a hydro massage at the gym. I did that for about 10 minutes. I hadn't done that before, and it's part of the membership. So I was like, yeah, let me go see if I can do a couple of these things that they offer. That's part of the membership. So the hydro massage. Then I did the red light therapy, and that was cool. It's kind of a standing, reminded me of like a standing tanning bed, really. But I guess whatever benefits those are, I know there are some. That'll be interesting. But I did it anyway. And then the sauna. I love the sauna. I've always loved the sauna. I wish I had one in my house, to be honest with you. So maybe someday. But 20 minutes in the sauna. So with that, just wrapping up the week. Feeling good. I think tomorrow I got legs, but I probably want to do some stretching and maybe some foam rolling, which I hate because it's painful, but I hear it's good for you. Because that's another thing that I got to be mindful of. So the rest part and recovery part, a lot of it's go go go. A lot of it is a lot of stress on your body, a lot of stimulation on the nervous system. So there has to be some recovery. That's just kind of part of the balance. So I'm going to get a little bit more involved in the recovery pieces. I do want to get in massage and doing some body work, things like that. But there are things that I can do at the house, like the foam roll and stretching, maybe some yoga, those types of things. But tomorrow I'll just do some more, maybe like some foam rolling, some things that I can do on my own. So I'll think about those things and then continue maybe the massage or the hydro massage and whatever's offered for free at the membership at the gym. But overall, great week. I'm really proud of myself. It's been a fun time. I think every day I'm having a great time doing this. And I think that's also a big piece of the focus of stress management is, you're not so much worried about achieving your goal, but enjoying the journey on the way to the goal. And that kind of helps out with stress and overall happiness, really, to be honest with you. So it is a little bit of a cliche, but it's so true. I mean, there's so many times that people don't do that. They don't enjoy their day. They don't enjoy the journey. They don't enjoy the things that you learn, or even some of the mishaps. Like this week, I didn't hit my weight goal. So I mean, I'm not. It was a little disappointing, but I'm over it. So it's just kind of moving on with the process. But hope you guys are hitting your goals, and I hope you guys are enjoying the journey. Even more important. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.